Cool.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the enigmatic opening, but possibly dramatic finish to the JV boys basketball game. Welcome to the first broadcast of 2023 on the MIRE. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Tommy Petrain, Nicole DeMace. Everybody will be here.
Full crew.
Well, you know what? All you maniacs, we were talking about this on the way over here, all you maniacs better be here for every game because, you know, we're asking far less of you this year, so I expect perfect attendance out of all of you.
I almost didn't get here. I'm not going to lie. My kid's actually wrestling in the room behind this one.
I feel like we're a little loud, Pogue.
I know.
I'm going to turn us down just a hair.
I mean, you could, but I think the viewers really want to hear loud, rambling stories. That's what they're here for.
Oh, we'll bring that to them. I just don't want to, blow anybody's eardrums out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I got to cut
He's
down
not used to my voice being heard, you know.
Listen, okay. I'm going to keep that one in my pocket. Let's just say that. Montgomery boys JV basketball is up 10 with about 90 seconds to go in this contest, and that will lead us into the varsity game coming up in just a couple of minutes. So I suppose this is bonus boys basketball on the MIRE.
Yeah.
Some might view it that way.
I get to use this controller.
That's right.
Haven't had this out for a while.
Yeah, not since football.
A lot easier for basketball. All you got to do is go left and right, man. Oops.
Sounds way more complicated.
It's only because it is, Tim. It's only because it is. So, a good holiday, good Christmas for everybody.
Yeah.
Tim, Heather, if you're listening, which I know you're not, but you could play this back for later. I'm very disappointed.
Don't do it.
So disappointed.
Don't you guys? Don't do it.
I don't know. All I heard was that she gave him a great Christmas. That's all I heard. Best Christmas
great.
ever.
That's right.
I'm going to the store for Tim.
I'll chip in.
That's it.
I'll get him the neck brace collar.
For when Heather beats me because she listened to this. Thanks, guys.
That's it.
Always looking out for a brother.
It's not you. We know it's the other Tim that also works with us.
Look, all I'm going to say to Heather is that, my girlfriend bought me a cruise for Christmas.
Yeah, wow.
I'm going to Mexico, baby.
That's a great gift.
Isn't it?
That's a great gift. Tim, what'd you get for Christmas?
I got the love and adoration of my family.
Which, while on its own, is a wonderful thing. And probably
Heather
all
did-
you need for Christmas.
Yeah, no, she got lots of great stuff for me. Some good clothes, and things like that. I was just we were just saying I told Heather she should get me a quad for Christmas because if she doesn't, I will never have one.
and this is my point. Y'all need to go out and spend some money. And by the way, I can't believe I just said y'all willingly.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with my niece too much. Apparently, when she goes to college, this is what happens. She turned into a country singer somewhere down the line. And now I'm saying y'all out of
down over in southeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Down south.
Dude, I don't know how it happens. What do you want from me?
That's
It's like I hang
hilarious.
out with people in Bayonne too much, and all of a sudden I'm talking like I'm from Brooklyn. You just fall back into those habits. But
I actually did spend some money.
no.
I did.
Wait, baby needs some diapers?
Nah, I bought a new car.
Whoa, what?
nice.
Whoa. Back this truck up.
How are we just hearing about this now?
It never came up.
This is ridiculous.
It never came up. How does that come
all
up?
day. We hung out all day and talked about almost nothing all day.
It didn't come up.
Because you didn't bring it up.
I know exactly. I got
So-
it last Monday.
So what did we get?
Wait, no. I want to keep berating him into the ground here. On a scale of 1 to on no planet would I think to ask you about this, that was about a 17 on that scale.
Exactly. You
So
wouldn't
what-
think to
all right.
ask. So when would it
Okay.
come up?
So now, what did you buy?
I bought a Mazda CX-5.
I don't even want to celebrate this. I'm still angry.
I know.
I'm still angry you didn't tell
I'll
me.
celebrate you. That's great. Good
It's
for
like,
you.
I just don't. What way do you introduce something like that? Like,
Yo,
hey,
how
I
about-
just bought
how about,
this thing.
Yo, I bought a car. I'm pumped.
Hey,
So-
how's it go? It doesn't fit. Doesn't flow.
What do you? It's okay to share with people that you
but
like.
this flows. Look at
This
this.
is-
It flows.
This is utterly ridiculous.
that was a good
fi-
segue. We segued you.
I'm filing a
Right?
formal complaint with your wife now
was
about
dope.
this.
I actually had it when we played pickleball.
That is what?
It didn't come up. I
Well,
parked in the
you're
back. I didn't see
completely unobservant.
Now,
Sounds like Glock to me.
Now, Nicole doesn't have a headset on because we only have 3 that we bring on the road. Matt Pogue went and bought himself a car and didn't even tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had oil leaking
she
out of
said,
the timing
"What?"
belt. The Subaru is RIP. Served me well, but
Did you trade the Subaru in, or you had
Yeah.
like as an extra?
nah, I had to trade it.
Do you know who's real pissed?
Who's that?
The insurance company. That,
Oh, they're
that just
so mad.
that just spent all that money on
well,
the Subaru.
you know what? Look, if you gave me better service and helped me out, I probably wouldn't be so upset about it.
Oh,
no, it was no
hashtag
good.
Subaru in this one. We'll throw that in the
Hashtag
comments.
Subaru Geico, not
Oh.
sponsors yet.
Now, by the way, a major MIRE event happened over Christmas break.
See, you didn't tell me about this new event.
I didn't hear about it
complete
either.
Nonsense. You were the first person I texted. Okay, that's ridiculous. We hit the monetization mark,
We
baby.
did. We did.
No way.
Yes way.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Got the email, applied, and was approved. I'm in line for checks for $1.62 from here for the rest of my life, baby.
And they will be taxed, and they will somehow get
That's right. Gonna get a $10.99 for all that $1.62.
Yeah, that $1.62 is going to cost you $38 in
Yep.
tax forms.
There's gonna be 1 year where that extra whatever
it's
you know,
going to tip you over.
like $92 is gonna put me into some other tax bracket.
Then you're
Yeah,
going to start trying
you
to
just
find
get
stuff to
crushed.
write off. Yeah. No, I need to write off that. That was a business expense. All this was business somehow.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
But regardless, it was a big moment in my life.
How many years is that?
I think that means we're big time now.
We're definitely not.
Yeah, we're big time.
We're
many
big time
years?
compared to small time, sure.
It's
Is that 4? 4 or 5? Started doing video,
I
what,
think this
5
has
years
gotta
ago?
It's got to be 5.
Yeah.
So really 4 complete years and a little plus sign,
Yeah, because the video was not real video. The last Hillsborough game we did here was.
which was the first game we ever did. There you go, Meyer
Oh,
people. If
man.
you really want to laugh, go back and look
See
through
how
the
far
channel.
we've come.
It
And-
was so bad.
Oh boy! And we were so proud of ourselves.
We were like, man, we got the video and the audio. Even though when you watch it back, it makes you sick because we were cutting 7
Yeah.
times every time the ball moved.
yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty
man.
bad. But
man.
that was pretty ridiculous. All right, we got about 24 minutes to tip off. Why don't we take a break for the next 4? We'll come back. We'll do our proper actual introduction, and we will bring you boys basketball. Montgomery at Hillsborough. The border war between the Cougars and the Raiders is coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MIRE. Boys basketball on tap tonight as the Cougars travel to Hillsborough to take on the Raiders. Welcome to 2023, everybody. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Nicole DeMace, and Tommy Petrain live in the town next door over at Hillsborough. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and welcome to another calendar year of all of our nonsense. Boys, how you doing?
You lucky, lucky people.
That's a great way to put it.
It pretty much is. We've been away from Montgomery boys basketball for a little while. Last couple of games did not go the Cougs' way. Season opened with 2 losses, and then we had, 4 straight wins, I believe? And then the last 2 were not super positive. And I'm sorry, it was 3 straight wins. At West Windsor was a win. Home against PDS a win. At Morris Knowles a win. But then a loss against Princeton and a loss against Watchung in the Cougar Warrior Classic. I did not get a chance to watch the Watchung game because we were doing family stuff, but watched most of the Princeton game, and I feel like the challenges that were going to be there once Stephen Donahue went out with his arm injury were ever present in that game. We were stuck on 13 points for about 12 minutes. It was a bad quarter and a half, and the Cougs never really seemed to get untracked. Now, but I'm not going to choose to harp on the negative because it's not really what we do. Again, it's the MIRE. We're positive people here, except for when Pogue lies to us. But outside of that,
omission is not a lie.
Oh my God! Every woman listening to this now hates you more than they already did.
That's fine. I got one that likes me. That's more than I thought.
I think you got 2. There's at least 2 that like you now.
Well, she doesn't count yet.
She doesn't count yet.
Yeah, she needs me. She
We won't
doesn't
play
like
that.
me.
We won't play this back for her.
If she's listening to this when she's able to understand it, poor kid.
That's really true. I don't even know where the hell we were on that. I lost my train of thought because I'm still so angry at
We're
you.
starting to talk about the positive.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're getting back on the positive train.
Ethan Lynn.
Yeah,
Positive.
That's a big positive.
I mean, a ginormous positive. I think, you can't predict the future and what anything's going to be, years and years and years from now. But for the kid to have 70 points, or rather 92 points. I'm sorry, I was looking at Levy's line. 92 points, already through the first 7-8 games of his high school career. That's
huge.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm not making a Curry comparison. All I'm saying is getting to play as a freshman the way he is right now is going to help him tremendously. And that never would have happened in this way if it wasn't for an injury, though.
No. That's
it
that's
may
true.
have, though. It may have. I mean, he's got talent, and obviously, every time he's on the court, he's showing what he can do. I would maybe not 92 points worth of playing time, but I wouldn't be surprised even if Donahue were completely healthy that he would be on the court getting some looks, and maybe even getting more points because Donahue is someone for the defense to start concentrating a little bit more on.
Well, if you just look at it from what team was Curry on when he was a freshman to what team is Ethan on this year, with or without Stephen Donahue, that team was the we beat Rutgers Prep, win the conference twice team, and Curry was a role player on that team, a significant role player, but a role player nonetheless. And Ethan was bound to be more than that on this team. And as you said, he's thrust into that role now, and he is not disappointing.
No, I mean, 92 points at this point, you start doing the math and you start looking ahead, and that's a big deal. I mean, if he can do that consistently and be somebody who's now comfortable in games as a sophomore in a way that we haven't had sophomores since, like Luke Smith and a lot of these other guys were, but to have that is going to be invaluable.
I'm not trying to put the cart before the horse, and we are focused on this season, but it's so tough not to get excited about what people may become. Because you think about just players that come out of nowhere and play. Players that ended up being humongous contributors to success, with like the Greg Tarkas of the world, right? That play mostly JV even through junior year, that come back and then he's scoring 25 a game as a senior. To say that Ethan's off to a much more aggressive beginning to his high school career. And then I want to we'll tease this. Ryan Grundy's going to be, and Jack Grundy are going to be a freshman when Ethan's a senior. So, like, hey, like, Jack Wright, you know, you may not need to do everything. You know, you just facilitate here, and
the inevitable double team is not coming now.
I heard the Grundy parents might get him to PDS or something like that.
You heard that?
Rutgers Prepper.
I was going to say, you didn't say Rutgers Prepper Gill on purpose. But then you went there.
Is that him over there? Is that him pointing at you right now? Oh, he's yelling at you. He's saying something. I don't know.
We should probably sit Dad down and have a conversation. See if we can keep him at home.
Yeah.
That would be all right.
Maybe we get our AD involved. Maybe.
That was a good one. I didn't see that one coming. That was good. Hillsborough, on the other hand, pretty talented team this year. And tonight, because of that, is going to be a pretty tall task. Hillsborough, a bunch of straight wins, just a big win over Oratory the other night. Pogue, as you look, you know, kind of what they've accomplished so far this year, where's your head on that?
I mean, just looking at the warm-ups and seeing this team, it's very clear that they are not just outsizing people and have one dominant big man or something, or like it's clearly a bunch of guards. It's a lot of people that can handle the ball. So, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of shooters to chase around.
Opening the season with a 2-point loss at home against Ridge. But I don't even, you know, the further you get into the season opening night, it becomes less and less important to me.
Ridge is pretty good, though, having a good season, too. So
no doubt. But wins came against Irvington, Peaburg, Newark Academy, and Oratory. So, you know, you look and you go, oh, that's some quality.
Yeah, that's a tough start.
Some quality stuff there. So, in ways that maybe this game had lost a little bit of its luster through the years, where, you know, maybe a decade ago it was certainly the premier matchup on the schedule every year. We may be getting back to that. And certainly Hillsborough's bringing the talent and the effort to the table. So either way, I'm just excited to be back on the air with you guys. Finding ourselves with just an inordinate amount of free time in the winter.
Well, you got to have time for pickling.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying at this point.
I text Glock today, and I was like, hey, let me know when our next game is. He's like, it's tonight. And I was like, oh.
Well, I would have thought that you'd look on the MIRE broadcast schedule page, which, you know, make sure you head over to MIREradio.com and check out the upcoming broadcast schedule for everything that we're going to do. So,
you know, it never occurred to me to do that, honestly. I didn't know that it was on there.
We're going to need to spoon feed some people, I see.
I just,
Tim, how long have you been, would you say?
Not that I didn't know that it was on there. It just didn't occur to me to look at it. I was like, usually, you know, my counterparts are like, hey, just we're going to meet at 6:30 or we're going to start at 6, you know.
So what exactly would you say you do here?
This is it. You're actually listening to what I do here. This is it. I bring nothing to the table. I am.
That's not where I was going. It was
no. You called me out. That's it. I bring nothing to the table.
He's never seen Office Space.
You bring significant.
He's never seen Office Space.
Who hasn't seen?
You haven't seen Office Space.
My stapler. Have you seen my
All
stapler?
right, he has seen
Have you seen my
Office
stapler?
Space. All right.
You bring significant.
Maybe you were just not quoting it well enough for me to pick up on.
So you're a people person.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a people person. Okay.
About those TPS reports, buddy.
We're off the rails already. It's early.
Significant outdoor adventure experience. That's what you bring to the MIRE. Maybe not as much as you'd want.
True.
Maybe not as much as you'd want, but some.
Significant what?
Outdoor adventure experience.
Oh yeah, you're starting that camp for that camp for kids with quads. I think you were gonna have an adventure camp for them.
Just don't let it snow, because otherwise things might go off the rails. Just like they are here.
Complete sidebar. Do you know that my wife hates that movie?
Complete
Office Space?
Yeah.
Complete sidebar, as if we're not on a sidebar. What bar are we
I
on?
know. Well, a sidebar to the sidebar. She hates Office Space because of the scene where he doesn't get cake. Where he
that was very rude, though.
That was so mean.
How do you orchestrate that to keep passing the cake?
But she was like,
you know who the real villain is? The woman who took that last piece and chose not to pass it down. It's all on her at that point.
Everybody should have cake.
Yeah.
Everybody should have cake.
Have you seen Office Space?
Of course.
Oh, okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that there was a reason I was passed over for that question, because spent a lot of time watching a ton of movies over and over and over again.
Yeah, that was one of those repeats when you're our generation.
Yeah, that is for sure. So we got about 9 minutes to go before tip-off here in this one. Live statistics will be coming at you courtesy of Tommy Petrain again this evening, which we love. A fantastic addition to the broadcast. Chris Penna in the house here at Hillsborough. And we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll have starting lineups, and we're going to have boys basketball. Montgomery against Hillsborough. Welcome to 2023, everybody. It's the MIRE. Welcome back, everybody, to the MIRE. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Nicole DeMace, and Tommy Petrain live from Hillsborough High School. Montgomery and Hillsborough set to tip off here in just a few minutes. Let's bring you the starting lineup first for Hillsborough, if we could.
Well, maybe let's go to Montgomery first.
Why don't we should go to? You know what? I think we should go to the Montgomery. I feel like the Montgomery starting lineup.
I feel pretty good about that.
Let's go to the Montgomery starting lineup.
That
first.
one.
Give them top billing. I like it.
Cougars wear the road greens this evening, and it is the typical starting five that you are used to. Although I say that now and I just look down, I think Jack Vermelt might be in the starting lineup. We might have screwed that one up already. Because I'm looking at our graphic and I'm like, wait a minute, we might have screwed that up.
Well, we might have done more than that for a lot of other things.
It's just a substitution before the game starts.
I mean, Ethan Lynn, Matt Levy, Luke Smith, Josh Moore, and Jack Vermelt are going to start, it looks like, for the Cougs this evening. So my apologies to Mr. Vermelt for not getting that together. And Pogue, if I can find that email from Mr. Vermelt as well.
That would probably.
Do we?
We are on it though.
I don't think that he.
I don't think it did.
He sent it through actually.
The game was about to start.
We you got the Hillsborough lineup?
I
ready?
do. I do.
Fire away then, buddy.
We're just technical.
Check out the Hillsborough starters there in front of you. It gives us an opportunity to talk about our broadcast coming up on Saturday. Coaches versus Cancer. It'll be 8:30 p.m. tip-off. We'll be on the air shortly before that for the pregame show. Jack Vermelt really done a great job in organizing the fundraising effort for Coaches versus Cancer. Over $6,000 raised this year that they are just writing
That's
a
fantastic.
check. Wow. Unbelievable. The tip is won by Hillsborough and Zion Harrison. How many times did I say Zion Williamson tonight is going to be about? The over-runner's like 9.
I'll take the over.
That's one right now.
Harrison kicks back outside.
Almost knocks it loose.
And a three-pointer on the way in good from Jaden Green.
A little pressure defense. Little press.
Jaden Green, junior wing player, as Ethan Lynn handles without a problem. And Ian Levy will go to work.
Gets a little piece of Ethan.
A little bit of daylight there and a block right off the bat from Hillsborough. Now Green, that was a good spot to trap, but Vermelt just couldn't find it. It was good defense from Trevor Moncrief on the help D. Here's Moncrief, and he'll fire away from three. A long rebound will go to Harrison.
Nice box out by Harrison.
That'll be a travel.
Maybe a travel in there. Ooh, they stay off Montgomery.
There's a nice box out and then really strong move to the hole. And, you know, I would have liked to see it travel, but got away with it.
Is what it is at this point, and a steal turnover nonetheless. Luke Smith will come the other way for the Cougs, and now for Melt. And now he'll get called for the carry.
Yeah, but that was pretty obvious that it was one.
Just underway here in Hillsborough, live on the MIRE, first broadcast of 2023.
It's going to be our best one of the year. I can feel it.
Not gonna lie. It's our best first one of the year, I can tell you that much.
It will be the best one until the next one.
Dad jokes galore.
That's right. Avery Whitney. And now Nick Loesch as they'll go around the outside. Another three on the way. That is no good from Green.
I'm getting the feeling they like to shoot beyond the arc.
Yeah. There is no one in the paint. They are more than happy to just wait and get their shot on the three-point line.
Speaking of three-pointers, here's Luke Smith, no good.
Got to follow that shot, though. I would have liked to see Josh Moore crash the board on that one. He had a good position.
The Montgomery sharpshooter off on his first attempt of the evening. And now here's Loesch as he'll fire away and knock it down. A 6-0 lead in the early going for the Raiders.
Yeah. All of their field goal attempts have been beyond the arc, except for one drive that, you know, ended in a foul.
Yeah. Zone is not going to be great for that.
Oh, you got to catch it.
Vermelt just mishandled, and now they're going to get a foul on the inside.
Ethan drains the practice bucket.
Of course, fouls on Zion Harrison. It's his first. JT Szymborski is into the game. Now we're back to the traditional starting five.
Put up the line. Put up the graphic.
Yeah,
Put
you
up the
can-
graphic.
now you can
Put the
go
graphic
Now
up.
it's accurate. Now it's accurate. Look at that.
Levy.
Picked up his dribble.
Josh
Thought
Moore.
about it.
You saw a good burst from Moore there, and it ends in a miss from Ethan Lynn.
He's got to set his feet a little bit on that one.
Whitney.
Nice dish.
And another three is good. And a timeout.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Zion Harrison that time from beyond the arc. Just 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this one. And Hillsborough already out to a 9-0 lead. The timeout's a 30, so we may as well stay here. It's not like Montgomery hasn't had the looks that it might have wanted in the other direction.
No, they're driving, they're kicking, they're creating. All that is good. But, I mean, right now I think the adjustment they're making has to do with the defense because you can't sag off shooters and run a loose zone when they're that content to stand still and shoot.
I mean, watching their warm-up, like you were saying, they like to shoot a little bit beyond the arc. I would definitely make sure I'm pressing that a little bit more and make them earn their points in the paint.
At least force them to put it on the ground. I mean, to not close out hard and let them just shoot, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Get the ball in.
Pressure D. Moore does a nice little back cut to get open.
Almost loose.
And a 5-second violation as Avery Whitney forced a turnover. And that was a tough situation for Coach Grundy because you just come out of a timeout and you don't want to take another one back-to-back there to save a possession. You know, this early in the game. So
Yeah.
finally got to play, speaking of Montgomery basketball family, finally got to play pickleball with Mike Remsen the other day. Mike Remsen Sr., I should say. One of the most intense competitors you'll ever meet. We were playing rec pickleball, and I thought he was, like, ready to, like, if people think I'm intense playing, he makes me look like nothing. And another three from Loesch.
They are hot right now.
4 different players with 3-pointers. And Hillsborough off to an early double-digit lead. Levy. Moore
Nice
does a
take.
good job. And one.
Ooh, great take by Josh.
Good hesitation there by Moore to just hang in the paint, hanging around and knocking it down. Since we're going with 90s movie references today, boys.
If this was a year ago, I would have said, what's that?
That's right.
But then you did it, and now I have seen that one.
That's a good one.
Rounders is a very good one.
That it is.
Ending left something to be desired.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Oh.
No good on the free throw for Moore, so lead remains in double digits for now for Hillsborough.
And now Hillsborough's just looking for that 3-pointer. They're not even looking to get it inside.
Yeah, 5 out all day. They are more than happy to do that.
They don't.
Great job defensively, and Ethan Lynn is going to
Left,
be off
look
to
at
the
your
races. And he lays it in. Great job to go wrong hand.
Yep.
It's almost like goal. Isn't that goaltending when you smack the rim before the ball goes in?
I thought so.
It's supposed to be. In some leagues.
Yeah. When they feel like calling it. Glock, you know how officials are.
Very fickle. Very fickle, those refs. Got the first part of my lacrosse schedule, too. Pretty happy, which is good. No MIRE conflicts, which is nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, through the month of February, so we should be in a pretty good space. Hillsborough working the ball around the outside as Whitney will look to drive and, ooh, nearly dragged the back foot. I guess not, though, as Zion Harrison knocks down his second 3 of the day.
5 field goals, all of them beyond the arc.
15-4 as Ethan Lynn slips down, and again, in that early timeout, right? You know, you don't want to do it. And that's going to be an easy block call. Szymborski just couldn't get there.
He tried to sell it. He tried to hook a little bit. But
Good effort, tries hard. Didn't get it.
Harrison will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Ben Spitzer is looking to check into the ball game for Hillsborough.
That's his first, team's first.
I mean, honestly, if they could just get a little bit more pressure on the outside. Hillsborough hasn't really done anything inside most times they try to drive, it's ended in a turnover or a foul on us. But
Quick basket right off the inbound play. That's a nice inbound play from Hillsborough, and the lead is up to 13 now.
Easy buckets. Playing a lot of pressure defense.
Ethan Lynn just right to the hoop and lays it in. Boy, he is impressive.
Yeah.
Four of Montgomery's 6 points for Lynn.
Thought he had a little lane there.
Physical matchup advantage for Levy on Spitzer, and it forces a timeout from Hillsborough. So we'll see. That one is also a 30, so we'll keep you here. We'll get maybe a chance to see what Tommy Petrain's got cooked up for us here statistically.
Throwing out the stats.
Now, and here's where it's
Game
bad
Changer app.
when we're on the road. If you think I stand any chance of talking about what you seeing what you're putting up, so anytime you use that, you got to talk about it.
I forgot. We were dealing with someone who is not legally blind but close.
That's right.
But the main thing is Hillsborough is content to keep shooting. We got 2 guys already with 2 3-pointers made, and they are not going to stop anytime soon. That's going to be something to make an adjustment for.
It's going to be one of those things. It looks like just Hillsborough's got a variety of shooters.
Yeah, everybody can shoot. Why would we try and play
it looks like they're hot tonight, man.
I mean, based on the score lines, it's certainly hotter than normal, but this seems like this is their go-to, though. I mean, why try and go at someone when clearly the size advantage is not going to be theirs all the time, but if you have shooters, it doesn't matter.
It's funny. It brings up, like, a big picture thing that, like, when I say this, you're going to be like, well, duh, they're high school kids, right? That the thing that separates okay teams or even good teams from great teams at the high school level is your ability to be consistent in doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, look at the teams that Montgomery had that were the most successful through the years. That 27-2 team, the last, as Morg will come up with a nice steal, and he'll push the other way for Levy. And Levy slips down and
gets the travel.
But that's the lesser of two evils if you're Montgomery there. Rather than an offensive foul, you'll take the travel.
Yeah.
I mean, can we also check that spot? That's like the third player slipping over there.
Just eating it every time.
The last conference championship team or division championship team and state finalist team that Montgomery had as we get a foul on the inside on the Cougs. Those teams were the two that were able to score most consistently, right? And they had just snipers from the outside that game after game, it didn't really, the variance wasn't there. Right. And then the last couple of years, you've had a little more variance. So, and even this year so far, if you want to look at that, as Whitney's first free throw is no good. Montgomery scored in the 70s in a win against West Windsor, right? It's just, and then you're stuck on 13 points for a quarter and a half against Princeton.
Yeah.
So
that might speak to them needing to adjust their play more, because if something's working, you're scoring 70, that's great. But whatever you did that game did not work against Princeton, so just finding out what's going to work against more teams.
Well, it's finding different defenses and how you can get your strengths and exploit their weaknesses.
Good defense from Hillsborough results in a steal, and what a block from Ethan Lynn. And then he knocks the ball out of bounds. That's as impressive as you could possibly get.
Yeah, it's a clean block when offensive player just kind of walks away.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got me.
Shook his head. Said, oopsie.
Imagine when we feed him a couple of cheeseburgers and get him in the weight room. My gosh. There's a little drive and a pull-up in the lane, no good, and Lynn's got the rebound. Ethan driving, and a left-handed floater is no good. Jack Vermelt disrupting things in the middle, but then Spitzer comes up with it.
Got to get some boards here. And that's been, our story throughout the year.
Another three on the way and is good from Zion Harrison with a hand in his face.
7 3-pointers, man. 6 3-pointers in the.
So Levy will go to work, and he's going to be fouled on his way to the hoop. See if they say that's on the floor. I imagine they would.
Yeah.
Under a minute to go, quarter number one. And Hillsborough has been really impressive so far in the early going of this one.
Beyond the arc, at least.
Really looking forward to going to Ridge after after this.
That's Thursday, right? That's home.
A couple weeks. Yeah, it's a Tuesday, as Lynn's drive is in and out. January 24th, we said, right, Poke?
Yeah, 24th.
Don't we play Ridge on Thursday, though?
We do. That's a great job by Levy to save the ball out of bounds as he might have traveled, but instead throws it off of Spitzer.
Hey.
We host Ridge on Thursday. Go to Ridge.
Yep.
Lynn. And another steal from Jaden Green as Green runs into the Cougar bench.
Saved by Coach Grundy.
If I'm going to run into anybody who's going to just, like, catch me,
Yeah.
you could do worse than
That was
Grundy.
a good choice.
Run into those big loving arms.
That's right. Hillsborough will go to work.
Oh,
Lucas
thought-
Roland.
I thought Ethan was going to snag that one.
4 seconds to go in the quarter. Harrison again. And Lynn will have it, the rebound, and he will throw it the length of the court. Wouldn't have counted even if it went. But Hillsborough with a fantastic start from beyond the arc as the Raiders lead it 21-6. We'll take a break and be right back. Quarter number 2 right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Hillsborough High School. First game of 2023 for us here on the Mire and for the Cougs. 2 games for us this week as we will broadcast Saturday night. Tim, you okay? Get your phone out Saturday night, 8:30.
I'll check my calendar.
Check your calendar. Coaches versus Cancer game against Ocean Township. Thursday's game can be seen live on Cougar Sports Network. Brandon Davis into the game for Montgomery.
It's foul on Hillsborough.
Hillsborough foul number 21, Trevor
It'll be Trevor Moncrief's first of the game. Brandon, another transfer student for the Cougs.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to him. He's a great guy. I was running the lunch line, and he tried to pull a very slick move of, no, I'm supposed to go in ahead of these people. And like, who are you with? He picked a name, and I said, I like your creativity. It's like, oh, no, I'm with him. Who's that? That's Jack.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I met him, I'm his counselor, as a little post move there, and that is blocked. But I liked him pretty immediately.
Yeah, he's got a good sense of humor.
When did he transfer in?
Right at the beginning of the school year. Another 3. Lucas Roland.
I think they like threes.
You think?
I don't think they like anything else.
What gave you that idea? Another steal.
We got to do a better job handling the ball.
Yeah. And closing out on shooters.
Oh.
And you know what? Of all the threes that they might have taken, that one that would have been the
Yeah.
most wide
It's
open.
the most open.
Yeah.
And Loesch passed on it and ended up traveling.
See, on this team, you're going to go back to the huddle and be like, dude, you didn't shoot.
Yeah.
You're
Sit
like,
down.
why?
Sit down.
Why did you try to go in the paint? You know nothing good happens in the paint. Just stay beyond the arc.
Certainly been that way today for Hillsborough, as the Raiders have been pretty fantastic from the outside. Luke Smith tries to answer it. No, but Brandon Davis there for the rebound.
Nice rebound. That's what we need.
Moncrief. Good job by Moore to step into the lane. And that was actually a pretty good no call by the officials. Levy looked like he went for the steal, missed, but then kind of did a pretty good job to stay out of the way. But still resulted in a layup. Again, a three, no good, as Hillsborough well aware of Luke Smith's proclivities from beyond the arc. Back the other way, it'll be an air ball. Good job by Lynn to save it. Just not enough space there. Oh, great look.
Great look.
And you know
Love
what?
that.
An even better job by Lynn, knowing Moncrief was on his back, to step through and use the rim as a little bit of a shield. That's a veteran move from a young player.
Yeah, that was solid.
Moncrief, no good, and Lynn does a good job.
Nice rebound.
Maybe Cougs can get a bucket here and a little momentum.
Come on.
As Lynn,
Ah. Sometimes you got to get lucky.
didn't hate that one bit.
Oh, I thought some steps there. Close.
A good step through a Euro. Might have been a travel from Green, but no call. I would prefer that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he made the defense look a little silly, but
You know, you allow that on one side, it'll be something you have to allow all game. So, Levy, good job defensively by Hillsborough. Oh, Lynn crosses him up.
wish we would have finished that one.
Brandon Davis, in the early going here, really giving Montgomery something that it hasn't had so far this season, as another three from Roland is off the mark,
good.
and Luke Smith did a good job to box out.
Yeah,
A lot of
nice.
energy, some toughness,
Right?
I just like
willingness to rebound. That's huge.
He brings a little size to the floor.
That too.
I mean, Brandon's a pretty put-together kid, right?
Yeah.
You know, and what made me think it'd start all of that is, you know, somebody bounced off of him.
Yeah,
You know?
we don't usually see that.
Yeah, it's one of them things. You either got it or you don't. Moore is going to get fouled.
It's lucky he got fouled, though. That was an ill-advised shot.
That's one of those, you know, you sold out going. You may as well throw it up there
Yeah.
and see what happens.
He made the decision to take that shot before it was open or not open. You know, like But works out.
Yeah, Moncrief was the one that got hands on it, but that was not the fouler. As Moore knocks down the first one.
all right.
Mickey Aguilar also into the game. And they're going to get Davis on a foul, pushing off on the inside against Jaden Green.
I like it, though. He's going for it.
And you know what I'll say about that? That was a foul, because I was just happened to be watching Brandon on that play because of after what we just talked about him. But it was real subtle. Like, it wasn't I'm going to shove you in the back. It's I'm going to use my butt and my lower body to move you to a space that you don't want to go, wow, that was athletic from Harrison.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take you where you don't want to go, even if it is a foul, and we'll see if the referees call it.
Yep.
And even that something small that he just did there, rolling to the basket and going where he wants to go. Another good touch passes from Elt. Yeah, man, that has been the takeaway for the first 4 minutes of this quarter for me, is how impressive Davis has been. Good touch on a couple of them passes.
He's got a lot of small skills that you don't normally see, but he also isn't, a scorer right now, but he's finding other ways to still be impactful.
What year is he?
Sophomore.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
That's, I mean, with him and Ethan.
You know, when you come off as the role player in that pick and roll, taking the angle to the hoop that you want to take is pretty important, because that's what sets up a lot of the rest of the play.
Otherwise, you just wasted space and now you clog the middle.
That's it, and there he is again as he sets up Aguilar. No good.
Gotta hit it.
That's been the difference, right? I mean, Montgomery has just missed all of its open threes, and Hillsborough, quite frankly, has not. Roll on with a miss, and Ethan Lynn will push quickly the other way. He tries to direct Davis to where he wants to go, and Aguilar will push as it rejected by Green. That's another one where maybe had he done what Lynn did earlier in the game and used the rim as a little protection.
I mean, they know you want the layup, so you got to trick them into when you're going to do it.
Moncrief, no good, as the Hillsborough shooting has gone a little cold and left the door open. Moore to the hoop. No good off
He's
the
just
paint.
not finishing.
And it ends up in an easy layup the other way for Green.
Yeah, quick transition basketball.
Lynn with a seemingly endless motor to the hoop.
Oh,
And
good.
a follow
Good
by
follow
Vermelt.
by Vermelt.
Number 25, Jack Furmel.
Hillsborough slowing it down a little bit there, a little frenetic.
Like, let's get back into our groove.
Montgomery back in that matchup zone. Good job by Hillsborough. to
No
move the
one
ball.
even in the center court.
Nope. Great defense from Vermelt there.
I can't believe he didn't pull it. I thought for sure. I was like, oh, he's got a little bit.
And this is smart from Hillsborough. You could tell that they were a little gassed coming back up the court as Moncrief will hoist away, and again, he misfires. Moore. Driving and
pass.
kicking. So that offensive possession for Hillsborough just allowed them to catch their breath just a little bit. And they're going to get a foul as Lynn had his pocket picked, but there was some contact on the arm from Moncrief.
Yeah, that was fortunate. You get a little bit of a line change here from Montgomery.
And Hillsborough, for that matter.
Hillsborough foul number 21, Trevor Moncrief. That's his second team.
Second foul on Moncrief. Nate Earns in the game, along with Ben Spitzer, and you saw Simborski, Luke Smith, Levy all back in for the Cougs. So Ethan Lynn to the charity stripe.
There you go.
First one's good for Ethan, so he earns a second. You okay there, Poe?
Yeah, I just wanted to check the stream, and I saw an ad, and I loved
at
it.
that.
And I loved it.
I encourage everybody to just close out and open back up.
Yeah, just refresh. I think
That's
that the commentary gets better if you close it and
Yeah.
reopen
Right.
it.
My checkbook gets better by 4 cents, baby.
Just going to go to the computer lab and watch all the games.
That's right. Turn them all on.
Oh, yeah. Class, today we're going to the computer lab to go to YouTube.
That's right. Great drive into the middle. Loesch capitalizing.
One of their first baskets within the arc.
$1:20 to go in the second quarter. It's been all Hillsborough. Is Lynn rising?
Yes, that's right, man. Do you? You got to start
Impressive.
doing some scoring.
You see, like, the athletic ability is just dripping off of him. It's just the ability to be consistent in finishing after being so athletic.
Even getting to the spots he's getting to is not, it looks easy for him, but it's not easy to get to the paint
Yeah.
to shoot that 5-foot floater. Like,
It's tiring, man. And that's one of the things I think we need to do better in the second half as we approach it is just like creating shots. Like all the shots that we've scored haven't been easy baskets.
no. We have motion, but it's motion for the sake of motion. There's not, there's not a lot of productive cutting that's happening though.
You know, most baskets are contested. Oh, good D.
Ethan playing a little soccer. Ricky Steve just got excited watching that.
I don't think he's coming out for soccer.
No, not me either.
You don't think he's going to try?
Nope.
I think Ricky's going to try.
We're going to get him for track.
Good job out of you. Corner three is no good. Levy
Come on.
pokes it around, but Avery Whitney is able to come up with it. Good job by Lynn to cut him off, though. Man, I've been impressed with this young man right here, Lucas Roland, but a good job by Moore.
Good effort. Nice. More timeout.
Got to be a jump
Jump.
ball, I would think. Held ball, and the possession arrow to Hillsborough with 36.
Now I know why people bring those pads for these bleachers. Holy moly. These are firm seats.
Well, it's your fault. You're so skinny. Get a little padding on your butt, you'd be all right.
It's a sacrifice I'm not willing to make.
That's right. Hillsborough possibly content to run out the half. We'll see as we're nearing the 10-second mark. Loesch loses his dribble for the moment and knocked away again. And Levy will come up with it for Smith. And Luke will lay it in. And
All right.
that's a really positive end to the first half for Montgomery.
Let's just go that way.
And you know what? You got to give, and that's one of the things that Levy really brings to you. Yeah, no fear ever in just going, well, like, I know I may not have the angle here, and maybe I'm not even as fast as that guy, but I'm going. And if you're not ready for me, I'm still coming. So it is what it is. And Montgomery will be trailing 15 by 15 at the half. So we'll come back, some statistics, some analysis, and quarters 3 and 4. Welcome to 2023, everybody. This is the MIRE. Welcome back to Hillsborough High School. We are at halftime of boys basketball, the maiden voyage in the 2023 season. And joining us for the first time on the microphone tonight, because I'm quite frankly too cheap to buy another headset, is Tommy Petrain. Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, the whole nine.
Thank you. I'm doing very well. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So give us some statistical analysis, if you would.
So, clearly from what we've seen, we, on Montgomery's side of the offense, really only a few players taking shots. Ethan Lynn with a wild 10 field goal attempts, and that's nothing against him, but no one else really getting much open shots. No one other than Luke Smith, who's attempted 4 shots, have shot more than 2 shots. So, as we spread that out, Lynn shooting 10, Smith shooting 4, and then other players more, rare only 2 shots from him, only 1 shot from Fermel and 1 shot from Levy, and 2 from Miggy Aguilar. So I think something that Montgomery needs to do is try and spread the floor, not focus on a certain player shooting, but just get a good shot. And that's one thing I also noticed about Hillsborough's offense that has been doing a lot better than Montgomery. They've been being patient. They've been waiting to get a good shot instead of just hoisting something up. Some of the shots that Montgomery has been taking have been a little bit forced and just kind of like a waste of possession. So in the future, in this half, we hope to see Montgomery maybe spread the floor more, get better shots, move the ball more, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
And as you're talking about that, it made me think, we've been kind of harping on the super obvious that, Hillsborough's been pretty dominant from beyond the arc, or at least they certainly were in the first quarter. Slowed down a little bit in the second quarter, but perhaps we've overlooked the quality defense that they've played. They did force that 1 5-second violation, but they've made life pretty miserable in terms of, covering on ball for more and certainly always having a high hand for Luke Smith. So maybe defensively, I don't even know how we would track that. There's got to be some defensive EVO
Contested shots.
Yeah, that exists somewhere out in the internet ether, in the NBA anyway. But
yeah, in most of the games for Montgomery this season, scoring has not been a problem. They've gone above 70 twice, which is very high scoring for a high school game, but only 19 points in the first half. So Hillsborough's defense has kind of just been smothering for Montgomery, not being able to get good shots. And the main thing is this game, 15-point game, the end of the first half for Montgomery was they played a lot better. It got up to 20 at one point. They cut it down to 15 before the half. So if Montgomery can start shutting down the offense and pick up their own offense a little bit, I think this game is very able to come back for Montgomery.
I just don't think you can allow Hillsborough, because the clock is not your friend, essentially what I'm thinking here. You gotta score, and you gotta score quickly. You can't allow Hillsborough to get out and widen this margin. And as I say that, we'll start the second half with a layup.
As they widen the margin.
There it is.
Way to put it out there, Glock. That one's on you.
I know, as it always is. MIRE jinx in full effect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually curious. Montgomery usually likes to shoot threes, and that might be our third attempt, and we haven't hit one of them.
Good job by Levy.
Get out the way.
Little bump that wasn't called there. That would have been a cheapy foul, but Hillsborough held on to possession anyhow. Harrison
kicking it to the outside.
And just the way they started the first quarter, they start the third quarter. Jaden Green.
And back up to 20.
At this point for Montgomery, you got to assume they're going to make every 3 they're going to take, because that's pretty much how it's been going. So Montgomery really's got to focus on covering the arc, and if they're going to beat them, they're going to beat them down low.
There's a fantastic spin move by Levy, and he goes underhanded to finish that one.
Take him how we can get him, man. That was a good one. Now they're just shooting deep.
Deep 3 from Moncrief, and Smith fights
nice
off.
Nice job by Smith to come down with that rebound, and we need to see more of that for this entire second half.
Szymborski's left open. His 3 is no good.
want more Szymborski when he was like at his, his sophomore year. I feel like he was doing really well at like hitting those threes or.
Avery Whitney had good body control there in the paint to just kick it back out and live to play another couple of minutes. Good ball fake. And Smith showing the hustle that you see from him all the time to knock that out. And now he'll come the other direction and still remain scoreless after another 3 miss.
Something's got to fall.
For Luke, it's one of those things where I think maybe you just got to have, see one go in the basket,
Yeah, just keep putting them up, man. Take your shots.
Luke Smith, by far the best shooter for Montgomery this year, but he's 0 for 5 this game. So, but like you said, maybe only one's going to go in. He'll start feeling it.
They're going to get it. I'm sorry, go ahead, Timmy.
I was going to say, I like Montgomery being more aggressive around the basket for rebounds because, that's what it's going to come down to here. You can't let them get second chance shots. If they miss, that's got to be it. You got to get the turnover.
Brandon Davis back in the game. Luke Smith will get a rest.
Hillsborough foul number 4, Zion Harrison, his third.
Third foul on Zion Harrison.
In for Montgomery number 10, Brandon Davis.
Ethan with a great exchange. He tried to leave it for Davis, and the ball was just knocked away.
Yeah, it was a great look, just couldn't finish on it.
And talk about a great finish. Harrison does well there, despite some pretty good defense from Montgomery.
That's just silly.
They're going to get Avery Whitney on a foul with his hands on the back of Josh Moore.
Definitely one of the main problems for Montgomery, the play of Zion Harrison, already 15 points with 3 made threes, and the only thing that has kept him from dominating even more is his foul trouble.
How many fouls do you have?
He's got 3.
3, yeah.
Well, that could come in handy.
Moore and Davis, just a little confusion. And Moore ends up tossing up a little floater, as he often does. Davis, saves it,
save.
but Loesch there to corral it. And an offensive foul as Szymborski is going to get called for it. Or rather, draw it.
Yeah, I'm going to say. Szymborski, good for at least one of those a game.
Foul on number 11, Jaden Green. That's his second team.
I think that one might have been it's 41-21
Let's give
charge
it
call. I think that might have been a no call in a different game. Yeah. Oh, great
pass.
Look. This time Brandon Davis on the receiving end. And a timeout coming from Hillsborough as they are unhappy with what they've gotten so far in this last couple of minutes. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Nicole DeMays, Tommy Petrain, and special guest star, still home, Ryan Curry.
Thanks for having me.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Likewise.
So Army prep, tell us about it. What's going on up there?
Basketball, all the good stuff. Same stuff here. Just excited to be back, support the guys, and support Coach Grundy and the team.
That's awesome. So what's the experience been like for you?
Experience been good. Definitely a different lifestyle, but, Coach Grundy and the team prepare me for all basketball and all the adventures along the way. So,
what's been the biggest adjustment?
Definitely school, amount of schoolwork, and the adjustment from high school where schoolwork was definitely a lot less than West Point.
I would imagine so. A little more regimented in the amount of time that they're telling you have to do things.
It's funny because most graduates from Montgomery probably wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's usually the opposite is Lynn will pull up, and he's just a little short on his 3 attempt. We'll see that get maybe a little different as Brandon
Still
Davis
can.
knocks it away.
Nice
And they come
D.
the other way. Right, and look at this now. Hillsborough is
Everyone's
mass
gonna-
chaos on the floor.
Yeah.
Right, take us back to your freshman year, man. You know, as you watch Ethan Lynn play, you know, as a grade 9 player right now, what was it like for you, you know, just kind of like nerves-wise? And maybe you're going through a little of that again now, but on a different level.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Nice steal by
the
Levy.
nerves are high, especially playing in front of a crowd. But I think Ethan's a star. I think no one has even reached to see what the potential he has. I mean, right now he's leading a team that needs help. As this game goes on, I mean, probably had half the points in the first half. I just really think he's taking it like a man, taking it really strong, and I feel like the potential is endless with him.
We were talking about your freshman year, and we were kind of making a probably unfair comparison between you and he. But your role on the team, as you know, with that team as a travel gets called, you know, that team was in a different space than what this team was. You know, I mean, because quite frankly, if you were on this team as a grade 9 student, your role would have been significantly greater than it was on that team, because through no fault of your own, we were really good and really deep and had a lot of guys that could score the basketball. So I don't know that it's a fair comparison.
Yeah, but my high school experience would have been a lot different if I didn't have those 11 guys, and I couldn't have been more thankful to have them lead the way for me.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? Though, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but if Ethan, you know, let's say everything goes really well for him and he continues to produce at the levels that he is now and likely probably to increase, you know, as he gets bigger and stronger and older, you might be the one that gets the short end of the stick in the comparison by the time it's said and done.
I hope. I really do hope. I mean, he's a great guy, great kid. He comes in, learns, asks questions. So I mean,
yeah, you know, I'm glad you said that, because I haven't had a chance to get to know him as much yet. That's the kind of kid that he is.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He loves the game of basketball. You know, I come in early, he's already there. I come in late, he's still there. I mean, he's a basketball junkie. Sends texts me after the game sometimes and asks me what I think. And I mean, like I said, then the potential for him is unreal, and he's on the right path right now.
How about for you, basketball-wise? What's the on-court, you know, kind of been like? Feel like, how are you meshing with everything, and what's the plan?
I mean, so I'm coming in as a freshman next year, as I did this year. The team's pretty young already. Besides, there's a rising senior point guard who's really good. But, you know, I'm excited where I'm at. I think I'm at a good spot. I think I'm at a similar spot, potentially, where I could be my freshman year, which
Okay.
I can't complain about. And I think sophomore year, there's, you know, a good opportunity for me, and I'm excited to see if I can make the most of it.
That's pretty awesome, man. I look forward to. I think we all look forward to watching that and seeing what you can do. As the aforementioned Lynn has a steal here, and he comes the other way with a euro. Good defense from Hillsborough, and a turnover as the trailing Raiders, and that's going to be a foul on Levy.
Yeah. Different technique there. Instead of defending it, he tried to cut him off to the hoop.
Hillsborough wants an intentional foul. I'm actually a little surprised Hillsborough's not more upset about that.
Yeah.
That didn't look super great
No.
there.
No.
But
Moncrief at the line for Hillsborough. Shooting 2.
how's everything health-wise, right? Everything's all good there. No, nothing. Any lingering effects from the ankle from last year?
Nah, nothing so far. All healthy, so super blessed to be in the spot I am now, being healthy and really fortunate.
That's pretty awesome. You know, that's
Probably doing a little bit of PT to strengthen that thing every day, huh?
Yeah, for
a
sure.
little bit.
A lot, yeah.
You getting into some running?
A little bit. I mean, I kind of had to. So.
Yeah, I like it. You know
What-
me.
what are mornings like for you? What's a typical day look like for you?
Typical mornings, 05:45, wake up, you know, go to formation, go to school, go to practice, lift. Then by then it's shortened. I'm saying it's short, but then it's dinner, and then it's study period, and then you kind of go to bed after that. So that's cool.
As Lynn is going to go to the free throw line as he gets himself to the hoop.
Right.
It seems like he has that knack that maybe like it feels almost like Chase Ta's ability to get into the paint with maybe a little more of your flair? Like maybe he's a little bit of a hybrid of the two of you because of the length that and size that he has already as a freshman?
Definitely.
Is that you feel like that's fair?
Yeah, I think it's very fair. I mean, his hesitation move is
Sick.
absolutely deadly. I mean, he freezes defenders like I've almost never seen before. I mean, he's patient. He plays at his own speed. So, I mean, yeah, I think comparison is definitely fair. I mean, Chase was a great player and got in the lane at will, and I see a lot like that in Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're keeping tabs on, the guys that you played with. How about what Riley Green is doing up at Skidmore?
Man, unreal. I mean, he deserves it all. He's worked for it all. I mean, all the success he received is definitely well received because he works so hard for it day in, day out. I mean, no one sees the hours he does.
And you know what? You saw a little bit of that, and Hillsborough is upset about this, but I think that's the correct call.
Yeah. I would have liked to see Luke Smith take that to the hole, man.
Yeah.
I feel like he had a nice lane. He could have easily finished, but instead he passed. I think that has a little bit to do with just he's kind of been off tonight.
If you don't know what Riley Green's doing up at Skidmore, you should go check out Skidmore's athletic page. Riley had a triple-double the other week. I mean, you saw a little bit of it at the end of his senior year as Luke Smith will fire and hit.
There it is.
First one of the game for Smith.
All he needed me was to say he wasn't hitting.
Within 16 at 43-27. It doesn't really surprise me as a foul on Levy on the floor. I got to imagine it doesn't surprise you as somebody who played with him. Riley was like a kid that I always looked at as like a not bothered by anything kind of kid.
100%. He embraces the grind. He embraces the competition. He loves it. So, I mean, no surprise from me.
And he's never, like, I just never thought of him as a kid. I'm like, oh, you're never nervous, are you? He's tough as nails.
Travel.
He's
was
corner
great,
three.
Because I always thought, and he never played like this, but you always thought, kind of like a little bit of an underdog. And then, he always played, I don't want to say you were surprised by it because he's done it so often that you weren't, but,
Lynn, what a cut and a finish.
Good finish. But, you know what I mean? He always played so confidently, and, for a kid of his size, it was impressive.
Little run here from the Cougars is Moore and Lynn. As the Cougars are trying to jump into this, and they end up with a turnover with 1:08. I would call a timeout here if I'm Hillsborough.
Don't give him any ideas.
And then another person I'm super proud of is a guy who unfortunately had a terrible start to the year, Steve Donahue. Getting an injury, but he's taken the role as a captain and supported his team. He hasn't complained once. So, I mean, just for a junior to deal like that.
I mean, as Lynn misses and Luke Smith can't save it, Hillsborough wanted a foul on Brandon Davis, and they probably should have gotten one. I think it was just two guys not looking at that spot as Loesch got thrown to the ground.
I think Donahue got his cast off today.
Well,
or at least he got it looked at.
There's certainly some synergy between the start to your season as Davis and Green are getting into it a little bit here. And the officials have to have a little talking to.
A little mediation.
Kind of the little bit of a reflection of how your senior year started and maybe how his junior year is starting. I mean, with that injury, has he asked you about how you handled that at all? Have you guys talked about that?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I reached out to him, asked him if he ever needs anything. I'm here and all that stuff. Oh, God.
Passed up a
easy
open
bucket.
layup for a three and made him count was Harrison.
Yeah, but he's always been level-headed. He's always been, team first. So I'm just really excited for what people are going to be able to see and all the hard work he's put in because
good
I know a lot of
rebound.
people haven't seen it. It's a lot.
Great follow.
Lynn follows up his own miss with a bucket and leads 15. This is what brought the Cougs life. Smith has come up with
Oh, great pass.
Brandon Davis is going to be
And
fouled.
he's fouled.
And he'll go to the line, and that's a tough foul on
Getting lively here.
Hillsborough.
Hillsborough's coach looks upset.
Everybody's fired up. I love it. I love it.
I'm pretty sure I see a vein in his forehead.
These moments, Ryan, these were the moments where I felt like you always thrived. because you know we used to call it when you would go into star mode and all of a sudden you're shot out of a cannon and it's a turnover and a steal and a bucket and a three and a turnover and a steal. We could use a little of that right now. Go put a jersey on.
Yeah, I wish. Nothing like high school basketball.
Well, hopefully there's something like it. We're going to call it Army basketball in a year.
Yeah,
We'll
for
be
sure.
watching you on
Yeah,
CBS
yeah.
Sports Network.
All right.
1 out of 2 for Davis as a chuck from half court is no good from Hillsborough. That'll take us to the end of quarter number 3. Ryan Curry, thank you so much for being here with us for just a couple of minutes. And dude, if I don't talk to you before you head back, I would wish you luck, but you don't need it.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate everything, guys.
All right, you got it. Quarter number 4 coming up right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. I think I'm right there with you, Pogue. Welcome back to the Mire. Off the air, we just had a little conversation. Why don't you repeat that?
I have a new favorite player. It has happened, and it has happened in the, 11 minutes he's played tonight.
Davis?
Oh, Brandon Davis.
Yeah.
Number 1 favorite player. They needed energy in a way that they have never needed it this year, and he sure brought it. Some of it, maybe a little overzealous, but I'd rather that than the other direction.
Yeah, I've always said that about just like life. You could do this projects into so many things in
Yes.
life. If a kid isn't aggressive, it's really hard to teach him aggression.
Yes.
But you can teach him to pull back the
You
aggression.
can rein it in, but it's good to know that it needs to be reined in, so it's something to work with.
That's right.
But yeah, he's not making any friends right now.
And that time it cost him.
And the Mire curse. There it is again.
There
Every
you guys
time.
go.
Man, Brandon's really a bad player. I just wish he would stop
That's
scoring
right.
forever.
Yeah.
But no, he's gonna be big, and the way he's running the pick and roll with Ethan is gonna be a very big thing in the future because he really gets wide and he's able to set a good screen, but he also cuts hard, and Ethan has a target for him.
Whitney
Yeah,
knocks
they're-
down the free throw.
They're sort of building a nice chemistry already.
Yeah, I mean, you need an enforcer, especially when you're the point guard. You got the ball all the time.
And you know what? One of the things that he's shown that soft touch in the passing lane is he gets it there and a little floater. Doesn't finish that time.
A lot of potential, though.
Yes, and you know what? What's kind of not cursed, and that's the wrong word. I don't know that I have the right word at the moment. It's been a hindrance as a layup is up and good. Hillsborough wanted an N1 as Harrison capitalizes. But players that play that role that he'll play, like the 4 as Lynn steps back through it and hands. Put that one on the highlight reel.
There we go.
It looks like there's sneakers left on the floor. Somebody gets shaken out of those? What happened?
I
No,
mean,
there's
he's
still an ankle in it.
I know he's done that. He's done that so many times tonight, man.
that
How
was
many kids has he put on the floor tonight? There's got at least 3 times I've seen it.
So smooth. Man.
Man, let's really hope the Lacrosse Association approves that computer so we can go back to instant replay. We're going to blow the computer up. But because I would love to see that
You
one.
can put that in
Remember
the
instant replay?
request form.
I did. As a matter of fact, it was submitted this morning.
I miss our instant replay.
Well, hopefully we can bring it back
Yeah.
sooner than later.
Yeah, soon enough.
Let's see. I made a pretty compelling argument, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it sounded legitimate.
Because I want it.
Nope. It was way better than that.
It made sense
I
unless you knew what was
need it.
actually going on.
No, it actually does make sense. 'Cause
Some
if
of
I-
it, yeah.
If I were to put in for 2 different laptops
Right.
at, like, say it's got a 3-year shelf life
Right.
at $3,900 each,
But now you're guaranteeing nothing for however many
Like-
years.
2 of those within 6 years
Same
versus
thing.
1 of these over 5 years, that is more expensive than this.
Yeah, if so facto, just get the computer for him. Come on.
As long as this one lasts 5 years.
Well, it will.
It
I mean,
will.
There's no way that this would thing. I mean, this thing is
Yeah, it was overkill beyond overkill.
this is like Terminator Genesis. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Don't even
it-
get me started on Terminator, though. We can't go there right now.
it's self-aware.
Why
all
is
right?
the third one called Genesis? That makes no
Ooh.
sense.
And That's like the 5th one, by the way.
Is it?
It's- oh, yeah.
Why did they call? Like, were the machines created again or something? Like, what happened?
Nah, it's just like different like storylines and timelines.
Machines created new machines, which
Yeah.
also
They
created
genocided
machines.
new machines. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. Nope.
I never really got into the Terminators.
I
know you're
never
gonna
saw
hate
them.
me.
I loosely know it. I never saw them. Too late to go back now.
They changed the foul to Szymborski on that one as Harrison just makes his way to the paint. Levy, that's good defense. This will work back under the rim, and he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line.
At this point, forcing the issue is kind of something you need. You need to score with the clock stopped, so I like what he's doing.
Good job by Moncrief, though, defensively for Hillsborough.
Yeah, he stuck with Levy real well.
Just got to defensively hold them here, man. They've been kind of scoring at will. Even when we've gotten our offense going a little bit better in this second half, obviously, just not doing it, man.
Defense in hoops is like blocking when you're a tight end or a wide receiver. You know, it's an effort play
Yeah.
more than it is a like, are you capable of doing this play?
Yeah.
Most people don't love it, but the ones that love it really bother you as an offensive player.
Yeah.
We need a couple more of those.
It's like when you go and play street ball and the older guys out there putting the lockdown defense on you.
Yeah. I love that guy. That was me because I can't
I mean,
shoot.
yeah, that's.
What was you? You're like 11 years old. Shut up.
Yeah.
Hillsborough wisely slowing things down.
Ooh, almost loses his handle.
Smith will step out now on Whitney. Whitney created enough space there to remove the 5-second call, and now that time Smith got a little too handsy.
What?
Montgomery foul, number 24, Luke Smith. That's his first team.
So the lead is 16 for Hillsborough.
So it's 16 fouls for Montgomery.
Yep. And that was not 16, 6 team fouls as Lynn
Good steal.
forces a turnover. Another slip, and Moncrief knocks it away. And that will end in a two-handed jam from Harrison.
Yeah, you saw that coming.
Here's Szymborski. He'll try a three, and he's been just a little off.
Yeah, not himself today.
Yeah.
He does have the ankle brace on.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
I think it's with his ankle.
You think I was going finger, but the ankle brace does make sense for that argument. I mean, for a shooter, though, that's a huge deal. If you're not getting the right plant and pushing off from three, it's tough.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Moore. As Mickey Aguilar will check back in for Szymborski.
Track team had a pretty nice Sunday this week. The girls got second in the county, and the boys got third.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Our girls SMR broke the school record and the county record.
Sprint medley relay.
Yeah, sprint medley.
See, I'm good like that. Luke Smith with another defensive play. And a great job with the backdoor.
Pass.
All right, Luke.
Fantastic heads-up play from Luke Smith.
That was impressive that you knew the sprint medley relay.
See? Every once in a while, I surprise you.
I'm actually curious how you knew that.
I covered high school sports for a newspaper for like half a
Oh,
decade.
yeah, there you go.
No, he listens to you all the time.
Yeah, right. And a missed dunk that time.
Wah.
And it still ends up in a layup.
Yeah.
Jaden Green. Josh Moore made a
Valiant.
patent out of that.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get it to fall.
They're not falling tonight, man.
Good job from Lynn.
Cross court.
Good job by Levy to poke that one away. That's got
It doesn't make sense.
Number 25, Jack Frost.
Yeah, I know. Like, he's knocking it down. How did it go
Well,
on the fly out of bounds?
It's a very simple explanation, boys. He didn't actually hit the basketball.
Well, that's...
And they're called it out of bounds instead of calling a foul.
Well, that's just too reasonable. I don't know
Yeah.
about that. Probably.
No, I obviously saw better from him all the way up here in the bleachers.
You know, the
I'm
guy
just
put away.
Seeking rational explanations for things that don't seem to make sense.
That's a
That time, you couldn't ignore that one because I heard the slap all the way up
It
here.
almost looked like a push as well.
But you could ignore the seal-off, though. A nice moving seal-off.
I don't know that he was moving. I was actually going to say that's a good job by Moncrief to stay set on that play.
Maybe.
It was if he was moving, it was subtle enough.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Man, this is a tough one.
You see Magnus Wallace and Tuliamani in the game for Montgomery. And they're going to say there was a lane violation, no basket, on Zion Harrison.
Might have been too eager going for a tip back.
I
dunk.
guess.
I mean, they're looking for the big plays now that they got the 20-point lead.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Nice
pass in the
pass.
middle from Melt with a left-handed finish.
All right. Still can get some positive work in right now.
And a timeout from Hillsborough, I imagine, to empty the bench. So 3:05 to go in this one. We may as well take a break. We'll be right back. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Mire. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this one, but I want to talk for a minute about Coaches versus Cancer coming up on Saturday. We mentioned it earlier, but it's worth repeating. Jack Vermelt has done a fantastic job with organizing the fundraising effort for Montgomery to be able to contribute to Coaches versus Cancer. Over $6,000 raised so far, and that's what I want to get to. We'll have a QR code for you. You'll be able to just open up your phones on Saturday night if you want to contribute. I think everybody would love it. You know, for us to be able to contribute in that way as a Montgomery family, you know, it's kind of what we're all about. So encourage everybody, if you're looking for a way to donate, just hang in there, and we'll have the QR code on Saturday. And that'll be that. So Hillsborough
just moving the ball around.
Nice take.
Nice take. Making the most of the minutes.
As a drive and a miss, but
Nice rebound by Aguilar, yeah.
And we're going to have a timeout again from Hillsborough. This time, just a substitution timeout.
It's the Raiders, number 15, Peter Ciporulo. And number 10, Adit Shah.
So under 2 to go, and Hillsborough with a 20-point lead. Boy, they were impressive in the early going.
Yeah, they kind of just, you know, came out hot and never looked back from the beginning.
21-6 lead to start things, and there's a 3.
Everyone's getting in on it.
Adit Shah. When it rains, it pours.
All right. I want to see us start throwing some up. We're just not even getting open shots. This is why I would have never been a decent basketball player.
As they
Nice
feed inside
take.
of Brandon Davis.
I would have forced so many shots up by this point. I would have been on the bench. Just under a minute left. Nice dish. Almost stolen by Aguilar.
And that'll be out of bounds, but off Montgomery.
Good hands by Magnus.
So Montgomery will lose its third in a row with another tough one yet to come on Thursday against Ridge.
Yep. They're just going to dribble it out, finish the game.
And they will. Impressively done from Hillsborough with a pretty balanced all-around effort in a 64-43 win. But not to be overlooked, the efforts of the youngsters on Montgomery. Lynn, Davis, Pogue's got a new favorite player. Now, by the way, I don't want to. Is that the good QR code, or is that just the one from last year?
It's last year's QR code, so I don't know
All
if
right,
we
if
can
that
use
one
it.
don't work, then forget we did it.
But if it does work,
Then
we
we're
were prepared.
That's right.
But if it doesn't, a new one Saturday.
Right. So if this would just, I mean, feel free, Pogue, to have opened up your phone and checked to see
Give
if
it
it worked
give
before
it
you
a
put it
go.
on it.
You can scan those things?
That's what they're for?
This has been a production of the somehow I don't even know if I want to claim that this is a production of the MIRE. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience, and every broadcast, free transmission, or account of this one without the express consent of the MIRE is prohibited. Hillsborough by 21. We'll be back Saturday evening, 8:30 p.m. Probably just a little previous to that for a quick pregame. Coaches versus Cancer against Ocean Township on tap this weekend. Wish I could say that we traveled for a dub, but we didn't get it, unfortunately. Tommy Petrain, another good set of minutes out of you. Again, no headset because I'm cheap. Sorry. For Tommy Petrain, Nicole DeMays, Tim Bartholomew, I am Keith Glock. Thank you for watching.